Yeah, it's Zach, stepping up to the game, living life prepared, I'm not here for the fame. With a plan in my hand, gotta make it alright. Through the storms and the struggles, I'm ready to fight. Prepare for the worst while I aim for the best. Zach's unique prepping, we're reaching new heights. Living strong and ready, we're chasing the lights. With courage as armor, we'll conquer the day. Together we rise, we'll fight our way. Stacking knowledge and skills, I'm building my base. In this world of chaos, I'm finding my space. No fear in the hustle, I'm sharpening my tools. When the world brings the waves, I'm breaking the rules. Stand tall, keep grinding, never lose sight. Yeah. Zach's unique prepping, we're reaching new heights. Living strong and ready, we're chasing the lights. With courage as armor, we'll conquer the day. Together we rise, we'll find our own way. We'll find our own way. Stand tall, keep grinding, never lose sight. Zach in knowledge and skills, I'm building my base. In this world of chaos, I'm finding my space. No fear in the hustle, I'm sharpening my tools. When the world brings the waves, I'm breaking the rules. Stand tall, keep grinding, never lose sight. Never lose sight. Yeah, stand tall, keep grinding, never lose sight. Let's break every chain, with Zach in the lead. We'll never feel pain, never feel pain, never feel pain. With Zach in the lead, we'll never feel pain, never feel pain, never feel pain. With Zach in the lead, we'll never feel pain. With Zach in the lead, we'll never feel pain. With Zach in the lead, we'll never feel pain. We'll never feel pain, we'll never feel pain. We'll never feel pain.
Welcome to Unique Prepping. My name is Zach, and I'm here to show you that no matter the challenges we face, like my own experience with cerebral palsy, we can all be prepared. Prepping isn't just about survival, it's about independence, confidence, and community. You see, prepping is for everyone. It's about taking control of our future, no matter our limitations. Here on Unique Prepping, I'll share tips, techniques, and strategies that anyone can use, regardless of ability. Together, we'll build a community where everyone contributes, learns, and grows stronger. So, whether you're a seasoned prepper or just getting started, join me on this journey. Let's empower ourselves and unite to create a better, more resilient future. Because in this community, everyone has a role to play.
Hey kids, what's happening?
Hey, Barbarossa. Hey, you guys.
Hey,
Hi, Barb.
hey Ben. Hey Zach.
Good to see you back, Barbarossa.
Yeah, I'm somewhere. I'm not sure where.
You getting smoked out?
Yeah, I've snuck. Not far enough. Oh, where's everybody at?
Hello and welcome to a special edition on Unique Prepping. On tonight's show, we're going to be doing a big announcement and discussing why we are doing this. Before we begin, how are you tonight?
I'm doing good.
Ben?
Doing well. Doing well.
Peachy.
It's been better, but yeah.
I'm wonderful.
That's good, and I'm doing great. We are thrilled to announce a powerful new partnership with Stolen Spirits, a channel and group focused on raising awareness for missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls. This effort has been deeply inspired by our incredible community, especially our best friend Brady, who is passionately committed to this cause. Together with Funky, Ben George, Emery, Nicole, Barbarossa, and everyone at Unique Prepping, we are uniting to bring attention to this critical issue. Each of us understands the importance of community and the power of coming together for something greater. Our collective efforts will shine a much-needed light on the stories that have been overlooked for too long. With Stolen Spirits, we hope to support those who are searching for justice and raise awareness for the ongoing crisis that affects so many Indigenous women and their families. Join us in this mission, and together, let's make a difference. Do you have anything to add?
Just thank you. I'm pretty excited about this.
I'm good.
So I just realized I was on your wrong live. I was on the one that's coming tomorrow. I was like, why am I not seeing anybody in here?
I'm sorry, I was talking. My mic was muted. Huh.
We're off to a good start, guys.
We're good.
No, this is a good cause. This is a good cause. So
Yes, it
important
is.
to Brady.
Absolutely.
It's important to all of us.
Yep. I couldn't agree more.
Hi, everybody in chat. Now that I see you, now that I'm in the right room.
I don't see any chat.
Question number 1. What is Stolen Spirits, and why was the group created?
Who wants to go first?
Zach.
All right.
Stolen Spirits is a channel that we created to
Stolen Spirits is more than just a group, it's a movement to raise awareness for missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls, #MMIWG. This crisis has affected so many families across the country, including those in our own community. Our best friend Brady is very compassionate about this issue, and since Brady's family and I live in an area deeply impacted by these tragedies, we felt it was necessary to do something more. Stolen Spirits was created to be a platform for those whose voices are often silenced, giving them a space to share their stories and find support. This group is dedicated to not only raising awareness but also to taking real action. Many of these cases have gone unsolved or neglected for years, and by creating this platform, we hope to spark meaningful conversations and push for justice. We also want to provide a space for healing, where families and communities can come together to remember their loved ones and It's essential to acknowledge that many of us live in areas where these cases hit close to home. We see the impact every day, and that's what drives this initiative forward. For those of us grounded in these realities, it's not just an issue you hear about on the news, it's personal. It's our families, friends, and neighbors who have been affected, and we want to do whatever we can to help. Brady and our group have discussed the importance of not letting these stories fade into the background. Together, we are determined to shine a light on these forgotten spirits, ensuring they are never left in the shadows again. We believe that by uniting as a community, we can make real change happen. Unique Prepping out.
Well said, Zach. You said it.
Yeah, that's pretty much everything I had to
Yeah,
say.
that's it. Thanks for having us.
All right. See you later.
Bye.
It was fun.
Exit stage left.
Who wants to go next?
Ben.
All right. What Zach said. No. All right. So I was gonna say it's
Ditto.
there's two parts to that question. What is it and why? But it's to shine a light, like he said, on an unrealized need. And the need is it doesn't go unrealized by those that we're trying to highlight and help. But for most Americans, it does. People don't realize what's going on. So if we can educate and bring this information to the public, it raises awareness to highlight the missing people, but also to the real problem overall, that these victims are forgotten way too soon, and then it's an overwhelming daily occurrence. Brady has been in touch with Navajo Nation, and she said, don't get overwhelmed with, because it happens daily. There's so much of it going on, and nobody's really aware of that. So the more people we can make aware, we increase the odds of bringing these girls home safe and sound. So that's my 2 cents.
That's actually really good, Ben, because like you said, it's like, it's not that people, I guess I didn't think about it that way. It's not that people are just ignoring it. They don't know about it. Like, because there's not that much said. You'll hear about it 1 minute and then that flyer's out, it's posted, and it's
Then
done.
another one pops up, and then another
Yeah.
one pops up, and I'll talk about that too. And
Yeah. But that's our goal, is to try and bring awareness to these women and girls and get their faces and their names out there, and hopefully one day save one of them, like that's the goal. I feel like the true crime community right now is focused on like a couple of missing people, and then it just, we need to get more out there. There's so many more that are not being covered. Not that the ones that are being covered are not important, because they are, but there's other names that need it too.
exactly.
I'm half Native American, so this is like really important to me. And like Zach said, him and I come from the same area, and it's all around there. You see it all the time. I have family and friends that are there, that live this, that see this, so it's important.
Hi, Zach. It's time to give back. It's time to bring awareness, because, again, most people don't know about it. And it's time for everybody to see what's happening, what's really happening. We focus on people in our areas, that everyday people, I should say, and we forget about those that are not talked about. I know here where I am in California, I don't see it. I don't see it on the news. I don't hear about it unless I go on social media or whatever. It's not something that's presented. We're aware that everybody in certain areas, they keep to themselves and so on and so forth. But it's time. It's time that we, come together and again, bring awareness to other people and what's happening.
I mean, it's kind of what our country, regardless of its past and everything, we need to look at what's happening now. And I'm getting a little deep maybe, but a more perfect union. We all need to come together and help all people, everyone, especially the forgotten.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. That's why I say all the other cases are still just as important. They're still just as important, but there's room to make everybody just as important. There's room to share all of the names, not just 3 of the names. And by the way, I'm wearing my shirt I got from Zach. I can't see the chat right now. I'm trying.
It's ubiquitous, so anywhere it can be helped from.
Yes, who said that? Metal Spawn. Actually, you would be amazed how many are missing from Canada. Um, I see that every day. Every time I look at these cases, there's a lot from Canada. So yeah, it's
Question number 2. How can members contribute to the cause of stolen spirits?
by sharing our posts and sharing the names and just keeping it out there. And it's really sad because I can say too, like on my personal Facebook, and sometimes I get a little offended even by some of my family, but on my personal Facebook, I can post a joke. I could post a picture of my son. I can post anything, and I will get like a ton of likes. I will post a missing child, and I will get maybe one, maybe two. And that needs to change with everybody.
Yeah, they need a. It's. I always had a hard time liking something that was sad. You know what I mean? But I mean, they need to like. Yeah,
I hear
they
that a
need to
lot.
share it.
I
You
hear
need to
that a
share.
lot.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it. Oh, that's too depressing. If it was your child,
But you
your
need. But it.
grandchild,
Yeah,
your
but it needs to be
sister, your mom,
shared.
you would
Right.
want everybody out there sharing and liking
Right.
it. You would
Right.
want that. So it shouldn't be any different if it's somebody else's child.
The
Just saying.
bottom line is by people posting these things on their social media and so on and so forth, people see that stuff, whether they follow you or not. They
Yep.
might pass you up, but they'll maybe take a look back if they see some sort of a poster or something where it'll take one person to see a post and go, wait a minute, I know this person, or wait a minute, I didn't know about this, or whatever. So that's how people can help. It's by word of mouth. It's by posting on social media, whether it's a flyer or just a link or whatever. There are people who will contribute themselves by clicking on that link and going to see what it's about. People won't do it if they don't see it.
For sure. There's been a couple of pages that I've gone to, other people's pages for missing Indigenous people. And even those can sometimes can be kind of sad to the where they haven't posted in there for a year, or if they have, they don't respond to the comments people are leaving. And I've gone through some of them and seen that there's family that say that they are, I know this person, da 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 da, and I will message them personally, but they're not being reached out to by the pages that are putting them out there too. So we can't have that.
Members can contribute in many meaningful ways, starting with spreading awareness. Sharing stories, posts, and videos about missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls can help shed light on cases that may otherwise remain in the dark. By becoming active participants in the conversation, members can help build a stronger, more informed community that stands united in the fight for justice. Another way to contribute is by offering support to the families affected. This can be through emotional support, sharing resources, or even helping with advocacy efforts. Many families feel isolated and helpless in these situations, and the support of a caring community can make all the difference. Whether it's through online discussions or real-life actions, members can play a key role in providing much-needed comfort and encouragement. In addition to emotional support, members can participate by educating themselves and others. Learning about the historical and systemic issues that contribute to the #MMIWG crisis is critical to understanding why these tragedies happen and what can be done to prevent them in the future. By being informed, members can help push for legislative changes, better resources, and more attention on these cases. Unique prepping out.
Yep.
Yeah, legislative push would be good. So obviously you want to keep your eyes and ears open. But most likely you're not going to hear about stuff from mainstream sources. It's just not what happens. What you can find or what you do see, please share with us. Right now we're going through some growing pains we would like. So again, we mentioned Navajo Nation earlier. They're not, they will help us provide information. They will get the word out. They have a broad voice in all of this to help spread the message from what we're trying to do. However, it's kind of an unwritten collaboration with them. They don't want to see like tons of people just randomly posting on somebody's group. So if you could private message or email the information to us, it's no offense. We want to post and vet everything that we put in so that as far as Navajo Nation is concerned, it's coming from us. So then they trust us, we trust them. Everything that they've done is vetted and cleared. So we kind of need to do that on our own too. It's more work on our end, obviously, but it needs to be done right in the first place. And we appreciate everyone so much for everything all the support we've obviously gotten so far. It's amazing that we
Absolutely.
just came in yesterday and here we are. So
Yeah. Came in yesterday and we already have like 70 something members. So that's awesome. And yeah, it's just like with Navajo Nation, exactly what Ben said. Their stuff has been vetted and re-vetted through the Navajo Nation police, through the local police, and so they're willing to share information with us as long as we handle it right. And that's by using the certain hashtags and being careful that not just anybody is posting on our page because they will come to our page as well. And we can do it any way we want, but it would also be amazing to have their help, and they're willing to put our name out there and give
right.
us cases.
It's added networking for what we want to say. And we're also, we don't want anyone to be, do a bunch of stuff and then tell us, and then we find out everything's wonderful and great and the information is correct, and we are going to give credit where credit's due. We truly appreciate everything.
Absolutely. If you have a certain page, whatever, we're willing to hashtag you into there so it still comes up on yours and put your name in there. But
I hope I explained that right.
you did.
Okay.
Question number 3. Why is the focus on missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls important?
Because it's happening every single day, numerous times a day. And I think it sometimes happens more because they are not being focused on. So there's nothing for people to worry about when it comes to taking them because nobody's looking for them. I mean, I can't say nobody. There are people who are putting some out there, but like I said, it's not constant, and it needs to be.
And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that for so long, it, you know, each one of those nations is they kept to themselves, and it's not been something that they've wanted outsiders to come in, um, because they felt disrespected, or whatever was going on. And then when you don't even have, they have their own law enforcement, but yet when you have outside sources that aren't even willing to do anything, then you have another problem. So at
Yeah, it's
least
hard for them to
now, we
trust.
can see that, you know, like with the Navajo Nation, I mean, at the end of the day, what we want to do is, there's plenty of times when people from the outside of these communities go into the inside and cause problems. And at least if we post these things where people can see them, somebody may have heard something, somebody may have seen something, somebody just may know something. And it's about time that the awareness is brought. Why is it important? Because, yeah, like Brady said, it's happening every day, every single day. And it's ridiculous that this continues to go on, and that more people don't get involved, and that more people don't care. It's wrong. It's just wrong. And we have an opportunity here to, put forth an effort, our best effort that we can, to do what we can and to help as much as possible. And that's what we intend to do. And that's why, we wanted to let everybody know, we appreciate everyone. And, I look at it this way: should somebody I know go missing, I would hope that there would be a group of people that would be willing to help in finding
Absolutely.
someone. And again, I just feel like it's time for us to give back, and this is the way we can do it.
No more stolen sisters.
Yep. You want me to go, Zach, or you want to go?
Sorry, I just keep jumping in all over the place.
Focusing on missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls is important because these are not isolated cases, they represent a much larger systemic issue. Indigenous women face alarmingly high rates of violence, abduction, and murder, and yet these crimes often receive little to no attention from the media, law enforcement, or broader society. This silence is not just an oversight, it reflects deep-rooted problems in how Indigenous communities are treated. The #MMIWG crisis affects not just individual families but entire communities. Each time an Indigenous woman or girl goes missing or is murdered, the trauma ripples through her family, friends, and extended community. The failure to properly investigate these cases only adds to the pain, leaving families without closure and communities without justice. Raising awareness is the first step in ensuring these tragedies are no longer ignored.
Again, thank you for having
Bringing
us.
attention to these cases is also about accountability. For too long, many of these cases have been brushed aside, often with little to no action from authorities. By focusing on this issue, we can apply the pressure needed to ensure that investigations are thorough and that no case goes unresolved. We owe it to these women and their families to demand more from our justice systems. This focus is about prevention. By highlighting the systemic issues contributing to the #MMIWG crisis, such as poverty and lack of resources, we can start to address the root causes and work toward solutions that ensure these crimes become less common in the future. It's about protecting future generations of Indigenous women and ensuring they are valued and respected. Unique prepping out.
Yeah, I agree. And it's like where me and Zach come from, there are reservations all around there. And me being half Native American, it's heartbreaking. Just like last night we were on um Funky's channel doing this, and I had to turn off my camera. I thought I could leave it on tonight, but I think it's better to leave it off, because it does hit me hard and it does make me emotional, and I cry, so I have to not. turn on my camera. It's a real thing, and people don't hear about it, and they don't know how real it is.
Am I up?
Sorry, yes.
So, no, that's okay, Brady. You talk. You say whatever you need to say. Um, you said it. I mean, Brady took my first note right away, but it goes back to the first question. The disappearances happen so often that I think people, even in the communities, have become desensitized to the violence. I mean, there's a numbness. There's, oh, here's another flyer. Oh, here's another flyer. Oh, here's another one. Here's another one. It can become, like they said, overwhelming. But we have to realize, and what we're trying to do, I know it sounds silly, but we don't treat humans very well anymore in this country, fellow humans. And these women are human beings, and they're too often overlooked, and they matter. So I think by bringing their stories, if we can, we're not just going to post flyers. We want information about them. We want their, what their hopes and desires were, hopes and dreams, whatever. And we're also going to highlight the people that were found. But
Yes.
I think it's important that people realize that they all matter. So there's my
I wasn't going to say this, but I am going to say it. Ben, I did tell you, but so last weekend I went to a powwow, and I handed out a bunch of flyers of a girl that was found, but she had been missing for a while. She was recently found, which was amazing. But so I go to powwows, pretty often when I can. And so when I'm there, and this was here in Colorado Springs, I'm handing out flyers. And when I hand out flyers, I talk to people. I don't just hand it and walk off. I talk to people. And I met some amazing Native Americans that were, give me more, give me more. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for handing out flyers, and thank you for being a sister. And they were just amazing. And at one point, I went to hand a flyer to a lady, and her son was with her. He was probably about 27 years old, I'm guessing. And he was a POS. When she went to reach for it, he stuck his hand out in between us and told me, no, thank you, we don't want it. And she looks at me, she goes, I do. And so I went to hand it to her again. He goes, no, no, we don't. Why would you need that? And he was just really rude and really ugly. And it almost turned into a fight because some of the Native Americans were there that heard it and confronted him, and it's like, why are you here? Why are you at a powwow if you cannot support our people? Like, why are you here? His mom was humiliated. She took the flyer. She wanted it from the beginning, but he was just a jerk. So there are people like that out there still. Why he was there, I have no idea. If he wasn't, it just really upset me. But anyways, I just wanted to share that. That's all.
I don't want to judge, but maybe guilty conscience.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to throat punch him. just
You should have.
A little bit of truth in there.
You should have.
I had a lot to say to him, but I didn't really have to say anything because right away people jumped in. I mean, I'm not good at answering questions, but I just know how I feel in my heart, in my soul. And so if I sound like I'm not making sense, I know what I'm trying to say.
We know what you're trying to say.
Question number 4. What type of content can members expect in the Stolen Spirits group?
Well, that's kind of a hard one because, again, there's very little shared on most of these cases. So we can dig as much as we can. So if we can't, a lot of them don't have a whole lot of information. You see one flyer and you've seen it all. And so, but of course, we're going to keep digging. But so mainly right now, seeing as how we're just getting started, we're going to keep the information updated on cases and their pictures and their names. And if there is more information coming out, hopefully by putting these out, we will be able to get more information on people. But that's, what do you think, you guys? Thank you, everybody who wants to throat punch with me. I appreciate you all.
In Stolen Spirits, members can expect a wide range of content designed to raise awareness and inspire action. First and foremost, we will be sharing stories of the missing and murdered women whose cases need more attention. These stories will come directly from families and communities, ensuring that their voices are heard in the most authentic way possible. We will also share updates on current cases and advocacy efforts, keeping members informed about the latest developments in both resolved and ongoing investigations. This content is important because it keeps the spotlight on these cases, ensuring that they don't get forgotten as time passes. We believe that constant awareness is key to preventing future tragedies. Unique prepping out.
What he said.
Who's going? Me?
Go ahead.
Yeah, Ben.
I can go. So there's the missing flyers. And they have very little to offer. Well, they have the name, the date, and information about the person, but they don't really have that much information. Hopefully, as time passes, we get more information, like Zach said, from families, and we can add to it over time. So just you may see a flyer pop up, and then who knows?
Yeah, that's one of the things I like to do is when I see a family member write in and nobody's paying attention to them, I will reach out to them personally and try to help them, try and get information. I try and get flyers from them. I try and like whatever I can, but you'll see family in there sometimes. So, it's.
Yeah, so there may be a flyer that goes up and there's, not a whole lot of information, because a lot of times, like I said before, there isn't a whole lot of information, but hopefully we get more, and then we can add to that flyer, that post with more information. Hopefully family members come in, like Brady said. I guess that's we'd also like to take that and transfer it over to YouTube and highlight. If you go to the missing persons website and type in somebody from a flyer, I've done that. And basically the information on the missing persons website is identical, very little. So the more we know, the more you know, the better
So
chances
sad.
we have.
There's even flyers out there of missing women and children that they don't even have a picture of them. That's heartbreaking. Like, not even a picture.
That's really sad.
I would also like people to know that just because this Facebook that we created is strictly Indigenous women and girls, that it doesn't mean we don't care about other cases, and we still do post them on our personal Facebook pages. We share them like that, but this one we just wanted to be just for this, so I hope nobody gets offended by that.
We're not trying to have these women and children be lost again in the shuffle. So that's why the page is strictly for this purpose. And again, we all follow most of the cases that exist right now that most of us are aware of. But this particular Facebook and this particular group will just stay focused on that. So that again, so that we don't take away from what the whole purpose of this is.
Right. We don't want to muddy the waters and
Nope.
and water down the message.
It's not that we don't care about the other cases. Like I said, we share
Exactly.
those on our personal
No.
pages, but
Right.
this just needs a lot of attention, and this is it's just really important to me and to my group, and hopefully to a lot of other people out there as well.
There are other pages, but they haven't been touched for a year
Yeah.
or more, right, Brady?
Yeah. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen a couple like that. It's pretty sad.
Yeah.
Question number 5. How does teaming up with Unique Prepping help stolen spirits?
Because we have the wonderful Zach.
I was going to say, here, I don't know if you hear it. Let me check my notes. Because Zach is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a collaboration again, right? It's the more people get involved and help contribute, there's hopefully we've outlined how that's going to work. And again, it's all new right now at the moment, but we're sorting through things, and if everybody works together and understands the mission here.
Thank you, Meehan. You guys see what he wrote?
And there may be somebody out there who decides to join, who can bring something else to the table, another type of way to search, another type of way to get information, or something. So by doing this, we open up the opportunity for more people, obviously, to come in and do what we're doing. We could only, some resources will only go so far, and it doesn't mean that one person can do it all. It takes a team.
Yeah.
And it's going to take all of us to continue this fight and to continue doing what we're trying to do. We don't want to be another page that lasted a year or whatever, and then they're gone because there wasn't enough people to get in and join the community, or not enough people to share the information. So coming in is you're coming in to help. You're coming in hopefully to lend support, or again, it takes one person to post a poster or a flyer or whatever of one of these women or these girls, and for one person out there to see it and possibly know who that is, or possibly know what may have happened, or someone who would something. And if we don't do it, no one will.
And
yes, and wherever you're at as well, that's another thing. Like the flyers we post on our page, just click on it and you're welcome to make copies of it and go hand them out, go post them places, go just put them out there, or make one for yourself so you remember the face. Or
it comes down to, we don't know what we don't know in terms of, and you can think, oh, I have this idea and we want to bring this to people. But if we all have the same idea, that's why we're kind of like refocusing on this is for a specific purpose, bring light to these women. But we don't know what we don't know, and other people have different techniques, different skills, different whatever resources that are available to them. We're welcome to it, or we
Yeah.
welcome it.
And just be patient with us. Like we
Yeah.
have an amazing group. Our group is a group of amazing people that feel this deeply. And our page just went up yesterday. So you're going to see changes here and there. You're going to see us fix something we messed up or mess up something we thought we fixed. But just be patient with us. We're pretty new at this. We know what we want though, and I believe we're going to get there.
They call it growing pains.
Yep. We've had quite a few growing pains, but it's all worth it.
Yep.
I thought last night Zach and Ben were going to kick my ass.
You know better.
Teaming up with Unique Prepping allows stolen spirits to reach a wider audience, connecting the important work of #MMIWG advocacy with the prepping community. At Unique Prepping, we believe that preparedness isn't just about physical survival, it's about community, solidarity, and taking care of one another. This collaboration amplifies our message that we must be prepared to stand up for justice as much as for our own personal safety. By bringing together these two communities, we can shine a brighter light on the issue of missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls. Many people in the prepping community may not be aware of how deep this crisis runs, and through this partnership, we can spread awareness to those who might not have been previously engaged with this cause. Our goal is to unite people who care about justice and preparedness, showing that these values go hand in hand. This collaboration also highlights the importance of creating strong, self-sufficient communities. Just as preppers work to build systems that can withstand external pressures, Stolen Spirits seeks to build systems of support for families affected by violence. Both communities understand the importance of being prepared, whether it's for natural disasters or for supporting loved ones in times of crisis. Together, Unique Prepping and Stolen Spirits will use our combined platforms to ensure that the stories of Indigenous women and girls are heard far and wide. We believe that by joining forces, we can make a greater impact and inspire more people to take action, bringing us closer to the justice and change we all want to see. Unique Prepping out.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know if people realize like 10 times the women go missing and girls in the Native culture than any other race. 10 times. That's horrible. I mean, nobody should go missing. I don't mean it that way, but like, that's a lot of missing women and girls that nobody is talking about.
Even if being prepared means being aware of your surroundings, maybe it can prevent something in the future from happening to someone.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's with every walk of life, every race, everything. Like, I want all of their faces to be out there. It needs to be front and center. So this stops happening. People need to pay for what they're doing instead of just it being brushed off.
Yeah, there's way too much of that going on.
Yep.
People getting caught, put away, let go, do it again.
Yeah. Yeah, the next day. the next day. And I don't know where anybody's at in this channel right now or what, and not trying to offend anybody or what anybody believes or what, but the open borders is not helping. There's more kids, more people being
Trafficked.
essayed and trafficked and everything, and that just opens the door for more of this, even in the Indigenous community. Like it's just too much. Something's got to be done.
Criminals prey on the weak, and if
Yep.
there's a giant landmass where nothing is done about it.
On the bottom, I think part of this problem is too, though, is that a lot of this comes from within. We can talk about open borders. We can talk about people coming from other places. We can talk about people being trafficked. We can talk about all that. But at the end of the day, statistically speaking, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of this comes from within. And the sad part is that because for so long, no help was offered, no help was given, because people have wanted to handle their communities on their own. It was their choice. It's what they wanted. Their laws, their rituals, their rules. And unfortunately, I think what has come to be is the understanding that it just isn't working. And the sad part is that sometimes you have to take the blinders off to see what's really going on. A racehorse races because he wears his blinders because they only want him to see what's in front of him. Once he takes the blinders off, he sees everything on the right side and the left side, which becomes a distraction. So at the end of the day, if you can't see everything that's around you, then you have no idea what's going on. The finish line is somewhere, but the bottom line is a lot of this comes from within. And no matter how we turn it, twist it, or whatever we do with it, the whole point is it's going to take more than just a small amount of people. It's going to take awareness. And by doing that, we can do that. I mean, again, I can tell you right now that I don't see it here. I've not seen it now. I don't watch television, but when I do see the local news, I read a lot, whatever, I don't ever see anything. And I'm sure, as I'm sitting here right now with all of you, that it's happening here every day. We have, many communities, we have a lot. And so the bottom line is, but it's not being reported because nobody takes the time to talk about it. So again, we have a platform. We hope that everybody, or we hope that many people want to join and come on board. But you're going to need to have a positive attitude and remember, this isn't one problem. It's many.
Oh,
It's the
absolutely.
dehumanization,
And
dehumanization and desensitization to
absolutely. And
violence
what
and
I
everything
meant by
else.
the border was that just made it even harder. It
No,
was already hard enough.
that was not a, that was, I'm simply stating that when you stop and take a look at a lot of this and in different communities, and we're not just talking about the communities we're dealing with here, many communities, people keep things close to the vest. Most things happen within that community. There are, yes, do we have people that come from other places and cause havoc? Of course we do. That happens every day too. But we need to remember that the focus needs to be on the fact that we need to get this information out there because it's not being put out there.
100%.
Period. And that hopefully will lead to us, finding these people or causing some kind of a distraction so that maybe, just maybe, it's not happening so much. If people think or know that there are more people have their eyes on what's going on. It's not just a small community anymore.
Yep.
It's become a larger than hopefully life situation. And maybe, just maybe, if it detours one person from doing one thing, then you know what? we've done something. But the goal here is not just for one person. It's for as many as we can,
Yeah, so make sure and share our page with
Yep.
other people, with your friends and your family, and join and like.
Share the flyer, even if it's not in your area. You know, people are taken from
Absolutely.
people are taken from where they live all the time.
Yep.
And again, the bottom line is that if there's not enough awareness, I mean, again, if I see something and somebody puts something in my face, well, maybe I saw that person, and I can say, oh wow, I think I've seen this person, or wow, that's right where I live, you know. And again, because it's not on the national news and it's not being posted anywhere for everyone to see or take part in, we're not going to know. So that's
Exactly.
what we're hoping to do here.
Exactly.
I'll use Zach.
Any final thoughts on what we are doing?
I'll
I,
start.
I have a lot. I have a lot.
I do.
The,
I'm
the
just
bottom.
thankful that the people that are in here that are here because they want to know about it and that are willing to share it and stuff, that means a lot. And I'm just thankful for our group and for everybody that's wanting to do this, everybody that's interested.
It's very important.
The bottom line, whether it's 10 of us, 10,000 of us, 1,100 of us, it doesn't make any difference. The bottom line is it takes one person, one word, one picture, one flyer, one something. If you need to remember that it's not about walking through this life and not seeing what's going on around you. If you complain, then do something about it. The bottom line is that we have an opportunity here to help a group of people that for a long time have needed help, and
Well,
we're willing to do it. We're willing to put it out there. We're willing to put it in the forefront as much as possible, and with help, of course, it's going to spread even further. And
Yeah,
our
and
hope
don't,
by doing that is that people will see it.
and some people like are not afraid, but don't like to like post stuff that like that on their page as well, and that's fine. But feel free to share our stuff on your page and put it out there. Like I said, there'll be people on my page who won't even acknowledge, won't click, won't. They might read it, but I would never know that they did until I post something that somebody was found. And then people will like it and be that person that shares the information.
so Barb, you mentioned if it's 10 people or 10,000 making a difference. It started with one.
Yes, it
We know
did.
who she is. That led to two,
I'm
three,
sitting here
four.
thinking, I was
It,
Who
thinking,
was
it,
that?
it started. Think about it. Think about it. It started with one, and look where we're at right now. So if someone else can take that little bit and add that one person among the 10,000, whatever it becomes, can also create another 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 people. So just
and I think
because
it's
you're
going to
one
happen.
person,
I
yep,
think
I
it's
think
going to happen because just look at the people what they're writing in chat. Like they're interested and they care, and that's amazing. They didn't know what they were coming into tonight. You know what I mean? But to read their comments, that's awesome. It did touch somebody. Somebody is going to share it. Somebody is going to
right.
follow
But
through, just
yep,
like
the
Ben said.
point, yep. It started with one, and it can start with you. Only you can prevent forest fires. You know what I mean? So
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
so
she's
very
all, don't
much.
talk about fires
yeah,
right
there
now.
sorry, Barb.
It's all good. And it's going to be 105 tomorrow. Can't wait.
Oh no. Smokey the Bear.
As we wrap up this announcement, I want to extend my deepest gratitude to Brady, Funky, Ben, George, Emery, Nicole, and Barbarossa for including unique prepping in this important journey. Your dedication to shedding light on the missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls crisis has been truly inspiring, and I am honored to stand alongside you in this mission. Together, we are making sure these voices are heard, and their stories are never forgotten. This is only the beginning, and I am confident that by working together, we will make a real difference in the lives of those affected by this tragedy. The road ahead may be challenging, but with the strength of our community, I know we will continue to bring awareness, support families, and push for justice. Thank you all for your unwavering commitment to this cause. I love you all, and I leave you with this verse: "Let not your heart be troubled, ye believe in God, believe also in me." John 14 verse 1, KJV.
Thank you, Zach. We couldn't
Amen.
do
Thank
this
you,
without
Zach.
you.
Yep. Thanks for being a part of our group, and thanks for who's in there blocking somebody with hateful messages already. But thank you all, and I love you all.
Yes, thank you.
And
Thank you
let's
for
do
coming
this.
and listening and participating. We look forward to more things to come.
Yep.
I concur. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, everyone.
We're out.
Thanks. Have a good night.
Hey community, Unique Prepping has partnered up with Hunter Brothers Coffee. It's a veteran-owned coffee company out of Pennsylvania. They sell across the world, and have light, medium, dark roasts, ground or whole beans, and even flavored coffee. If you like to order coffee, use my link in the description of this video or go to my LinkTree. At checkout you'll get a 9% discount. Order you some coffee and help support veterans in need and help get service dogs as well. Thank you, and let's help our veterans since they helped keep our country safe.
Making moves like a chess piece, always on the grind in this game called life. Gotta sharpen up the mind. Unique prepping, got the vision locked and loaded. Every challenge that arises, I'm determined, I'm devoted. Stay ready for the call, enter life's demands, and we'll rise together. We'll take our stands. Unique prepping, it's more than a show. We're building foundations, we're ready to grow. Like, share, comment, let your voice be known. Together we can thrive, we're never alone. Every view, every like, your support is the fire that keeps me hyped. Comment, depth, and insight, share the vision wide. This community's growing and we'll ride this tide. So go ahead and subscribe, don't miss a beat. Tune in next time, let's make this complete. Unique prepping, it's more than a show. We're building foundations, we're ready to grow. Like, share, comment, let your voice be known. Together we can thrive, we're never alone. Pushing forward, let that fire ignite. See you next time, let's keep it bright. Like, share, comment. Prepping, it's more than a show. We're building foundations, we're ready to grow. Like, share, comment, let your voice be known. Together we can thrive, we're never alone. You pushing forward, let that fire ignite. See you next time, let's make this complete. Unique prepping, it's more than a show. We're building foundations, we're ready to grow. Like, share, comment, let your voice be known. Together we can thrive, we're never alone. Never alone. Never alone. Keep pushing forward, let that fire ignite. See you next time, let's keep it bright. Yeah. Let that fire ignite. See you next time, let's keep it bright.
Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Matthew 5 verse 9 KJV.